But first, what's important about that National Anthem controversy yesterday is not that it's, a case of all's well that ends well and no harm done and all that kind of stuff, Great that the Australian Rugby League backed down almost straight away from its decision yesterday to drop the National Anthem from its State of Origin games. Great that it backflipped straight after the Prime Minister rang and said, look, that's not on. Banning the anthem. No. What's important is that the ARL was so arrogant, so out of touch and so carried away with this bizarre national shame that it made that decision in the first place. And that it had no idea that the public would go, what? And the Prime Minister would hit the roof? Because this decision, the initial decision to ban the anthem, is a symptom of a sickness of our elites. This widespread sneering at patriotism and love of country. Now, I am not, some rabid nationalist, this my country, right or wrong, we're the best at everything and all that kind of stuff. That's bull, that's dangerous. Every country has its flaws. But a country that's got no patriotism, no love and pride in what's around us, that falls apart. That country dies. Now, the chairman of the ARL is Peter V'landys, and he's a good man, very smart man. But he was kidding us, to put it very politely, when he said yesterday that the original decision to scrap the anthem was never about politics. Never about politics. No. It was about the rivalry and tribalism associated with the Origin series. Of course the anthem had to go. And I'll tell you what, that is just bull. Again, putting it politely, bull. How can a decision to scrap the National Anthem not be political? When this is a decision to cancel a patriotic display, the anthem, for the first time in 4 decades. And V'landys' own words tell us that this was political. He said banning the anthem, I know they backflipped, I know they were forced to, but he said banning the anthem was really about tribalism. And he is right. It was about tribalism. And that tribalism is one of the biggest threats to our political system. This tribalism of the left, it is political. This tribalism of the left attacks the idea that we are all Australians together. We're all equal before the law, and it doesn't matter what your race or tribe is. We should be brothers and sisters under the skin. Now, this tribalism, the way it's now pushed, attacks the very idea of Australia. The very idea of Australia. Australia is a racist construct. And all the symbols of it too, the national anthem, the flag, it's all terrible, it's all racist, as we often see said on the national broadcaster.
The Australian flag, to me, has now become, I identify that with racism. Does anyone else?
And there are few places where this tribalism of the left, this determination to divide us by race, has had as much impact as it has in the NRL and ARL. Our national anthem is meant to unite us all in what is an ancient land, yes indeed, but actually a young nation, if you consider all the immigrants that have come here and all the institutions that have come from overseas. But some young players of the ARL, all-stars, their all-stars team, which is a racist idea, I have to say. If the ARL is concerned about racism, how about no more all-stars? Picking a team according to race, what, is this South Africa now? Anyway, some of those young players on all-stars, encouraged in this tribalism, said no to the anthem, refused to sing it at State of Origin games where they play with white players. One of them, Latrell Mitchell, said that the anthem doesn't represent him and his family because it just brings back so many memories from what's happened in our history. And look, some of our history is not good, let me say it again, but a lot of it is actually brilliant. Look around you. And this anthem of ours actually asks us to live up to our ideals together. It's not to praise our failures or to pretend they don't exist. It's just come together, live up to these ideals that have built a society so brilliant that people come from all over the planet for the promise that it offers. They want to live here. And that anthem, in reminding us, live up to this, that's why this anthem is so important. But with these players saying, oh no, it's so shameful, it reminds us of history, all that, we're not going to sing it. The chairman of the ARL, or then chairman, former Queensland Labor Premier Peter Beattie, said, well, not singing the anthem, that was fine with him.
They've indicated they won't sing, and frankly, look, we're supportive of them. We respect people's right to have a different view, to be frank.
And sure enough, the anthem was banned from All-Stars games, and banning it from the state of origin was simply the next step. It was just part of a program, and in that, it was entirely political. It wasn't specific to the state of origin. This was an antipathy to our national anthem. Now, attacking national anthems is, of course, what people do who hate what their country is, who are unbelievably intolerant of imperfections in a society, the inevitable imperfections, without recognising how damn hard it is, to create even what we've got right now. To get this far has cost blood, literally, and sweat, and passion, and love. All those sacrifices by generations of people have produced what we have. But these people, they think we can just smash it and we can build something perfect overnight, no flaws. You know, the sort of dream that Lenin had, and Mao had, and Hitler, and the French revolutionaries. Who then, you know, of course, had to build a guillotine to make sure that they got their way in this perfect society. Pol Pot thought he'd build a perfect society. Sure, it meant having to kill a quarter of his population who thought, wait a minute, we don't think this is so perfect after all. But then, you know, building a perfect society is not easy. But around the West, you know, not just here in Australia, you hear the same sort of intolerant people again. A piece in the Los Angeles Times just this year, for instance, said it's now time to cancel the Star-Spangled Banner, America's national anthem. Cancel the Star-Spangled Banner. And athletes were taking the knee instead to tell us that their country is racist, just like AFL players did earlier this year. Our country is apparently racist. So racist, in fact, that the police should go, said some Channel 10 presenters this year.
What, getting rid of the whole police force?
Well, I mean, I'm going to put it out there, yes.
You know, it's so strange. It's so self-indulgent. People striking attitudes on the edge of a volcano they think is dormant. These are people who don't know what other people in countries that don't have these freedoms. People in those countries, what they know, what they value, is what many of our citizens, the elite, in the elite mostly, are trashing. In Hong Kong, for instance, democracy protesters fighting China. This year, they've been actually singing that same American national anthem because they know what it really is an anthem to freedom. Like I say, they know that anthem exhorts Americans, like our anthem exhorts us to live up to the finest ideals, ideals that other people in other countries would love to have prevail there. But here, what do we see? In Victoria, we have seen police raising the flag of communist China over a police station to mark the 70th anniversary of that dictatorship. Can you believe that? In Museums Victoria, and I know Victoria is a crazy place in Australia, in Museums Victoria on their website, they've got a Love It or Leave It t-shirt part of their collection. They bought it for their collection. And suggesting that, you know, that's a motto. If you don't love it, then leave. It's a motto that suggests that rather than destroy this country, why not try another that's probably more to your liking? China's always there, if you like. But they say, Museums Victoria, this T-shirt, they officially damn it as an example of racist and nationalist memorabilia. It's a T-shirt, they say, that reflects anxieties about foreign invasions. Funnily enough, I thought it was a T-shirt that simply reflected a love of this country and an impatience with those that hate it so much. But to the elites who enjoy the best of this country, to actually love what produced those goodies, those riches and those freedoms that they enjoy, well, that's off. Patriotism is racism. Not worth singing an anthem for this country, for sure. But as the ARL found out yesterday, that may be the view up at headquarters, in the boardroom. But do not try telling that to all those Australians outside.